trying to create whatever you're doing. It should help the lead's massage, right? You either should be directly in sync with the lead as much as possible, or super asynchronous, so that it's obvious that you're not just totally offbeat. You know what I mean? So like we're here, you and I are in sync. You know, we're doing this. Let's say just running up here. And if I was to follow, I'd be trying to figure out when he's going to get down to the hips, so that I'm kind of somewhere, right? And I'm going to go fast here, just so we can do stuff. So this is really fast. And then, if you're the follow, I know you'll never get in my way. So even though you're up here, your head is at my nose, and your thing's going here, I know somehow you're gonna get out of my way. So I don't make way for you. I just know you've got this. Otherwise, it's like you're kind of in and out. So we're doing our thing here. I'll do some heavy runs, pull back, figure things out. I like to maybe come up a little further. And then kind of come through each other. So I'll go down the hip, and you can come up and just go fast for now. Just come under the hands here, so we'll cross each other up and pull back. I'll pull over the hands, right? Trying to create textures, right, for the client. Plus, you get some good handwork every now and then from each other. Pull, and then we'll come down to do side by side. So I'll just kind of like that. I'll talk sometimes in a forehanded, sometimes I won't. It just sort of depends, right? And then we're going to mirror each other, so we'll be lomi on the same sides. So I'll just come over here. I'm going to drape your tush. You fine? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so let's start. Want to start here? Are you following me, or am I following you?
I'll follow you.
And then what we got to figure out is so Brandon, you let us know when our pressures are either really close or really far apart, right? Okay. That's the part that's hard to figure out with your partner. So, so here's
really close.
Here's a basic forehand. We're gonna go fast. So as much as I hate this, we're gonna go down, and we're doing kind of our own flow, right? This is a really classic lead follow, coming down. I need some bomb. And the trick is you just can't get in front of my hands, because now I'm following you. Yeah, it's like the pace car. You need 500. Right? So go down, and I'm going to change directions so I get her attention. I'm going to go. And if the follow can't follow, it's the lead's fault. Okay? If she can't follow me, I'm not being clear enough. I'm going too fast, something like that. So as a follow, it's not even your job to really make sure you're following well. The lead should be taking care of that. Although you should be proud of your following skills and do whatever, right? So you're still way ahead of me, way ahead of me, right? And so here's the trick. This is the hard part. Is this for you? It's I'm your client because I'm the lead. He's not your client as much, right? So you're really trying to support me more than do a massage. It's really unnerving because there's something I want to do and you're not doing it, and I go, I gotta follow, right? So. But here's what's really cool is that you'll really have a hard time figuring left hand, right hand out and that stuff. So you get to really just focus on how well you can follow, and then you'll realize your hands are backwards. So you'll get to really get a good sort of different way of looking at your massage. So really focus on where my hands are and your hands being there. Down. So that's kind of a lead follow, just simple deal. This is all the flow you know pretty much, right? What I like to do when we get past lead follow is that we start to work with each other. And so we really focus on creating energy between us and the client. So I'm going to lean into shawna a lot more. Now it's so easy because we're so connected here that we almost never lose track of each other. Down here. We'll sort of break at the hip probably. And now we're sort of having to follow on our own. But maybe I'll go over here, and if I go over there, that means you're going over here. And we're doing something like that. And we're just trying to really get our energies crossed over, right? When we come up the back, let's come here real quick. We'll come like this. We'll come up, and our hands will go back to back here, and we'll kind of push off each other. So we're really going to push into each other. And now we're going to push in and down. Does that feel, Brandon?
Really good.
Mm-hmm. This is
Really
perfect,
close to-
right? And so that's super cool when you get there. So what I want you to do is just do a lomi flow. Let's do that. Play lead follow. Today, don't worry about the speed as much because it would take us forever to do this the right way. So you can go a little faster than the lead, and then I'll just kind of throw some stuff at you to kind of do it. But try to actually, because this is, if there was less people here that were sort of that know the flow, I wouldn't jump into the real connected part. But that part's really cool. So like here when we used to have this lake house we used to go disappear to for weekends beforehand. But so go up there for me. So I'll be up here doing something, and I get really, really extended down here, and then Laura would come in and she'd get her forehead on my forehead, and she'd back out, which let me get really far forward, and then I'd kind of pull through. We just find these cool ways to really do some neat stuff with each other. So it's like an exploration of discovery. So let's play with that. Let's do some flow and just play. And we'll just switch off. We'll do 5 minutes. You lead, 5 minutes, they lead. Okay?
You got the lomi drinks?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'd put these right behind you, and that way they're always in the same spot. Like a mountain climbing bag.
You know, when you said that, I thought you said lummy.
Sorry, shoulders.
Lummy, lummy.
I'm following you.
Lummy, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you guys have the tables at a good height for you. Both have one up. Let's see. Okay, so you're doing 2 different things totally. So let's come back up here. Right?
And then the lummy hand.
So it's just hard. Like, it's hard to follow. Like,
I've never led before either, so it's like, oh, what do I do?
Yeah, and
You know?
and eventually, so
When I got married
so if you're the
in
leader,
94,
you're
that was one of our
you're
wedding
gonna lead,
presents,
right?
was
So
the weekend up there.
and so come up here with me, Steph. We're going. So
Place, yeah.
I'm gonna be the lead for a minute. Okay.
You get where you want.
All right. So
Barely
nice
out
breath.
there.
And this is why I love. This is why the contact's kind of nice. It makes it easier.
Mhm.
And I kind of lean into her about the same amount I lean into him, and that way we can kind of figure each other's depth. So let's go back up for a second. So if I was doing really light work here, drop in with me. And I can like this. And I
Oh
can-
yeah, that was.
You guys, that's really light work now.
Mhm.
I'm not leaning into you very much. So
Oh,
you
right.
lighten up. Now I'm gonna drop in heavier. So I give her a little pressure, him a little pressure. It really helps to like just systemize or to make it feel uniform. I would never do this, but I just wanna see if you follow me. So see, so that's perfect. So here now I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna come over here. I'm going really slow so she can get set. And make sure she can follow. Okay, we're getting to the end, so she should be looking at me for a little inspiration. Like I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna go. Turn here. Come up.
I'm doing great.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it feels
try
really
that. So
good.
make sure you make her follow.
Yeah, you guys are really syncing well.
Just sort of like Carver to sound.
How you doing, Brandon? Good?
Not better.
Does our pressure feel similar?
Yep, really close. There we go. Now the full experience.
How even are these guys?
They're really even.
Nice.
Really. At first I thought it was just one person doing it.
You guys are paying them, aren't you? Now I'm gonna switch you two. And I'll do leading.
Okay.
So you go get on the.
It's like what I'm seeing and
Yeah, it's hard.
doing. I'm like, wait.
And one thing I don't do is when I realize I'm goofy footed or off, I don't make a quick adjustment because the client's gonna feel that. So I just know, okay, I'm backwards, I'm gonna get to forwards, but I make it work within a flow versus like make it feel like something's wrong.
I don't need to look at him at all.
Mm.
You don't need to look at him.
Okay.
If you do what I'm doing, you need to look at the mirror.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's cool.
If I go like this, you're looking at me.
Mm-hmm.
You see how you can see out of your peripherals?
Mm-hmm.
Your body there. Put it in the work together for you to feel it. Can we follow you?
No. I'm so sorry.
Alright.
My stomach, I'm so distracted.
Well, you put your-
yeah,
put
if
your
it's
stomach-
too much.
No, it's okay. It's just I'm easily distracted, like, going back to thinking about
Oh, go
Feel
ahead
great.
and think and I'll follow you.
it.
Yeah.
And this stuff isn't easy.
No.
Alright, you two can switch. Follow you.
Okay.
There we go. Wow.
So when we pass each other,
Yes.
we wanna make sure we don't pinch your skin, right? So since I was pushing that fold that way, I took the responsibility of letting that go so you guys could get by. But if we all kept what we were doing there, then unless you wanted to, like sometimes maybe I do want a skin rolling thing, but otherwise I'm trying to make sure that I'm watching out if I'm going creatively, right? Especially if it's anything dysmorphic, like, tummy, breasts, things that can be considered too big by the client. Now they're like, oh, I feel my fat. Oh, and then the massage is going. And so for me, wherever the lead is, I lean into my partner because it's a great place to stay connected. So it doesn't have to be a big lead, but if you're touching shoulders, it's very hard to leave each other. So I see you guys coming up.
I
You know, sell 6 hands for the price of 4.
I just compliment what you're doing.
Okay, so I'll do probably on this side, just so it's
Okay, trade me spot Shauna. Let me see if I can show Stephanie off here, or both of you. So, like they're doing over there, I'm gonna go do something that's just definitely unilateral. It's like I'm gonna go for the kind of pigeon on the hip, so it's a one-sided thing. So I'll let you know what I'm doing. I come in, And then usually what you have to feel it is, are you gonna make it easier for the client or harder for the client? Okay, so I'm gonna put them into. Huh? Look, say Shawna, that's Shawna style. Yeah. So I'm gonna come out, get my frog leg,
It's
come
working
up,
out great.
and so
It's okay.
you could
It's a
make it
little,
easier by like
some more
dropping an
balm
arm
on
off,
the
doing
right
something else. You can make it harder by
thigh.
touching that leg or something. I don't even know,
Gotcha.
right?
Thank you.
Actually, what's an easy one to figure out is this one. The pull over.
Need the hairs for like, yeah.
'Cause this one's
That better?
Yeah.
one where. Good side with this picture.
Crack jokes about my sensitive leg hair.
Okay, so if I pull them up like this, as you can just like put that arm on me for fun, really helping out. Nice breath. Bring him over. So you could make it easier by getting his knee forward, and that makes it easier for him, right? So you bring that forward, do that nice and easy, or you can make it harder by making the stretch bigger. So you're just kind of figuring out what you're doing.
This is for women, someone's been wrong.
Alright. Sometimes I'll just sit out for a minute, right? Like, that looks pretty awesome. I'm just gonna be over here just watching for a minute. I'll come back in when I need to come back in.
If you want, you can, just for practice, you can float around the other side, do the same thing, and I'll just see how you work.
You're fine.
How's it feel, John?
It's feeling really good.
You north-southing?
It's
So they're kind of going to north-south
it's
thing.
weird what it's doing to my brain, you know, instead of
Perfect.
just saying, okay, what's going on here, just kind of going off into some other things.
Pretty sure that's the point. For real, actually.
Because like what you're doing right now, that coming together, I guess, I don't have a memory of that ever happening on my back like that, so it's nothing to compare it to. It's just like, wow, a whole new sensation that's
And then let me give you guys a thought on what I'm kind of always doing, most of the time always kind of, not always, mostly always doing when I'm doing my lomi. So I am usually, almost always torquing the joint and getting torsion. So I'm not gonna be doing this thing, do this nicely, heels coming in, heels going out. When I'm in between here, I'm torsioning the muscle across it. So even though these kind of long runs here, I am, and if I designed that I would never have a time in my massage where something was slack. So if I want to move the leg, keeping that torsion there, something going on. And I can move the leg where it gets lax for a minute and pull it out, but I don't want to have torsion. I want to keep that under pressure somehow. Whole time. I'm coming up here, I'm going down here.
Do we feel the same better?
Here,
Yeah, pressure's really close on
right
everything.
here. Right, so I'm always trying to, when I got that slack. But I'm always trying to really keep a really good amount of pressure on the nervous system. I mean, not necessarily the body, but the nervous system won't always feel the same way.
Do you do a lot of
One of the big reasons is,
We
I think it works better, but when I get flipped over and I'm working on armpits and breasts and stuff like that, I keep the same pressure because the nervous system's like, okay, cool, I know it's been going on for the last hour and it's not gonna change. So I don't wanna have it where I'm really challenging and then kind of doing nothing and challenging. So that's just my thing. It's always looking for, every moment profound, like I'm always doing something, unless I just think a light run is important, then if it's on purpose, a light run is important.
Okay.
But
Noted.
But it just overwhelms the nervous system. They just have to sort of have to get in. It's profound. It's like melodramatic.
Yeah.
complimentary to,
Side. Like you would do it.
like maybe I'll work on your leg a little bit. And
You
then
wanna
do,
One sleeve. Is that what was it? A little stretch?
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you.
So I did that one there. So start over here for me and go this way. We're gonna switch sides. So come here. So that was good, but when I switch sides, I try to make it mysterious. So we'll go this way, and I'll go. So you just come around the table and keep connected. We'll go fast here just to get through.
Okay.
Come around the table. I'm going the outside. Coming. Right.
Mhm.
Just make it's like it's a game.
Mhm.
Everything is we want to be perceived as one unit. Right. Even when we're over here, we're one unit. So
Right.
so when you can do that way, great.
Okay.
When you can hand things off,
So
things off.
how do you coordinate, like a shift when we're doing things in tandem and then we're gonna break off to do
So
some
watch
other
this.
stuff?
Let's go. We're going tandem up here. So go ahead. We're going this way. And I'm like, oh man, that calf. This is my private thinking. All right. Keep going.
Oh.
You keep going. There we go. And I come back here.
Okay,
And that's how we do it.
alright, I gotta get,
And that's what you want to have
Gotta
most
get good with the
forehandeds
signs.
don't break, right? But we'll break. I'm not gonna do this thing for all, do whatever, and I'll come find you at some point,
okay,
right? Even if I'm the lead and you're the follow, I've sent you on, so you know, you just kind of do what you think's good, and then I'll come back in and find each other. So it's still really intuitive for each of you. It doesn't have to be, like, you shouldn't have to be follow for more than like 10 massages until you kind of really figure out, okay, I can take over lead sort of deal, right? And then you go back and forth, and then it doesn't feel like a lead follow to the client. It just still feels like one. And I was gonna say, for you, you're awfully
I'm getting
extended.
out of
I would probably,
balance.
yeah, taking that knee up before then. That is nice. Back. I would be thinking about maybe somehow just making the touch cross each other, and that way it's just super connected, right? Just even one finger crossing is like the client's like, a little like, oh.
Whose hands are where?
The shawna's gonna go over there. Probably go here, they'll probably go.
Oh boy, watch this. Yeah,
Perhaps.
I started to cramp.
Something, or
That's fine.
Is it still cramping?
There now, it's better.
look at the bow or something like that, right? So just whatever you feel like doing,
Right.
right? Should make sense to the client though. Should feel like.
Cause it felt like a 7.5, and it was fine, but then the cramp started happening. Oh, that's a good move there. Good. What the hell was that?
And so for fun here,
Mm-hmm.
I wanna do that.
I'm meeting your buddies.
Yeah.
I do something like that.
Okay.
So that brings it down here.
Yeah.
Right? And just
Mhm.
like it shouldn't feel like a gratuitous kind of deal. Like, you know, we might from Jack Jacks to the YouTube, but like if you can make something feel kind of cool and supported, I'll go for that.
Okay.
Like if you're doing a 90-minute forehanded massage, that's like a 2.5 hour regular massage. Like you're gonna get through the body so fast, because so having things that are one-offs and distractions are kind of good, right? An hour forehanded is a lot for most people.
I can't get down there.
And I would say in forehandeds, I'm gonna probably not do as much maybe profound things like that, and more yummy gooey.
Mhm.
Like so you're up here like that. I'm gonna go because I'm trying to make this really more of a sensual, sensory experience than necessarily the big stuff. Unless Travis and I are doing it, then it's called the wrecking ball, because we're both trying to show off for each other the whole time. We just crush our clients.
Yeah, that's what
It's
Brenda
not,
and I did.
It's not healthy. With the right client, it's great. With the wrong
It
client,
was pretty good.
yeah, for the right client, that's awesome. But who's lead, who's following?
You wanna switch?
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
I love it because I do that, and like, everybody, I think Brenda and I feel like they're like looking like who? I said that's the whole point. You don't know. It's too late to recover. Someone's got to be lead and follow.
So, what I could have done in that case is just keep doing, just keep leading, you're doing your thing, just keep leading.
You don't even have to
Who's lead follow?
think about what I'm
Am I?
You're
I'm following
concentrating
you.
on your work.
Trying to follow your speed,
So sorry,
your pace.
I'm so
No,
distracted.
that's okay.
Actually,
'Cause
it's
right
the
there,
best
like
time.
at least
This
I
is the
knew
best
what
time
I
to do
was
this.
doing a part of
When it's the hardest for you is when you learn the most,
when I
right?
was
So it's
doing
the
it,
best time,
I was like,
right?
this is
So, yeah.
just like,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
gonna go
I'm
from
just-
there.
It's still gonna work.
I'm just like, oh my
Like,
God, finally my stomach's recovering.
You both have intuition, it's still
Yeah,
gonna work,
so
but having that relationship,
Kind of like,
Uh-huh.
understanding is gonna make
cue
things
me in with some sort of,
just better. You have more time to create a
Okay.
space for this client, right?
I've had a
So,
bunch of
you and I, let's go down together.
forehanded where like I'm trying to cue them.
Yeah, we're gonna do what I call the fusion, so we're really be.
So it's just sometimes it doesn't work. I find just kind
And
of
the cool thing is I
showing
really get to connect with my therapist
something
and my
what
client.
you want to happen next is the easiest way.
And so far.
And this is what they're paying for, this unique kind of in sync experience.
Mhm.
So I don't go async a lot,
Mhm.
and when I do it, it really makes sense,
Mhm.
right? Otherwise, I'm really trying to just exaggerate how much we're connected.
What's weird when both of you go and, I don't know, it's like my brain makes it go together no matter what you're doing almost. It's like creating all these
So,
stories,
from the ankle,
just
showing you
things
that.
of why it's just
Turn.
the perfect movement for me right now. Yeah.
It's like you have to turn your brain off
Mm-hmm.
and just move here.
Yeah, it's so hard to just figure right left hand.
Yeah.
Like, so, like when I'm following, I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
No,
That's what I was
and-
doing. I'm like, what's
yeah.
she doing?
And I'm always, and then I have to like, so I'll have to do things different sometimes. So just because the wrist thing, but you're like this going up this way, right? And then I realize that I'm like that going up, and I'm like, oh, and I got to switch my hands somehow and get back here because that's what you're doing. And it really makes you sharp. Like it makes you really think about
Yeah.
what you're doing in your work. So it translates into a better massage for you later.
Right.
And then I'm gonna, so here I'm gonna go, I'm pushing in, and so you're gonna feel me leave you, and you're gonna figure out what I'm doing. So I'm gonna leave, now, pushing over. Stay over this way with me. Roll it over, grab his thigh, over.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Stephanie, somehow you're gonna come and take one of our places, and it's gonna be seamless.
Sometimes pressure right through piriformis helps this release. I don't know why, I just watched it happen.
do a 6-handed now.
Little piggy with hard ears.
That's cute.
I just work right over. He's gonna be here. Who's the
Yeah.
So you're not in his way.
Oh, you laughed, what
So
happened?
he's coming
Yeah.
here, and
Okay.
he's coming this way, and you backed off. I would have sort of kept going.
And just let it all come
Yeah, I'll give him a
together.
massage for a second and come back, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so all you're not gonna do is impede his way, but I'm gonna do the best I can to make this a collective, experience for my clients. So
Okay.
when I have a chance to get, I'm not gonna be like so much that it gets silly. Like that's the problem is you can do so many of these little things, they're not special, but all of a sudden now when you're here and I go under, and then maybe now he just comes back with me. And he's gonna split somewhere, I'm gonna come off there. But to the client, that's like 3 hands became 2, became 3, and they just don't know, they just sort of have to enjoy it, cause it's, you can't figure it out. So I'm trying to do that, but make it feel like it's what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
I mean, while you're playing here, feel free to talk, right? This is, you can talk and just explain what you're doing or ask. It's a good time to figure out your ideas. I like how you keep your balance on the table, keep your leg there, it's a great way to always know where your table's at.
A little bit of torsion. So if you want to just compliment half the torsion, just a little
Hey, how are you?
So sorry I'm late.
That's all right, we had someone leaving us early, it works out perfect.
Oh,
He has a better date.
That is a word.
So I know there was a lead there, but I didn't wanna stop Stephanie's flow, so when I got to the most that I could get, and then I just sort of came in and let her finish hers, and I'll put everybody on the table, and then come back. You're creating this masterpiece. It'll never happen again. Like, your massage probably should never happen again, but the forehanded will never be the same way,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Need some air, is it warm?
Couldn't hurt. A little bit.
I don't know how to make this thing work. Give me glasses.
When, you go from the back, I'll go from this way.
Yeah.
How you doing, Brandon?
Oh, yeah, that was all.
Brielle?
the
You all right?
sensation.
I'm Joe.
Like, so
Alright, you wanna teach the flow? Okay? Alright. I'm enjoying myself. Tell her where she can play if she wants.
Yeah. Thank
All right.
you.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Pressure.
this is a great way to learn lomi because it's you mirror the person on the other side. It's in some ways very simple, in some ways not so simple, right? So for what I do, I don't use any oil. I use a stickier balm with like oils. Just sucks. I'm gonna suck it, sucks. Sorry. Sucks. Let me get that boy around enough. So just play with me here, we're just gonna come down the body. So what I'm trying to do is really consistent, heavy and slow, okay? I'm working on his nervous system, not his muscles. Okay? Muscles are really dumb, nervous systems are control things. So come in. A lot of forearm when I can, so I'm really starting to pressure here. this is a pretty fast speed, but for massive works, but I probably could do my half the speed or less of massage, just like again. Even on those stop. So if I'm working like this and I'm going down, and I have this nice turn and I come back like that, that's L again, but the nervous system knows what happened. So it says there was a change, I'm gonna attend to that for a second. If I come down, when I stop.
Bye.
Alright, I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Never mind, just
and then I
kidding.
change it back, nervous system can stay out. Makes
Okay.
sense. Even
Yeah,
that
working
small change,
next
it's just,
door.
they were designed to pick
I'm
that
not
up.
sure.
So I take that,
I think
that small,
I'm
take
not
that small
sure.
break,
No, he should.
then I can pull back on my arms, I'm
No.
strong, and do this kind of whatever thing, but instead what I'd rather do is I come down, I stop,
He
take my
might be at
break, I'm gonna step
Magnolia.
back with this foot.
Mm-hmm.
and my body's going to-
Magnolia. I think he was supposed to be
He
doing
pulls my thing,
Austria.
and I'll turn some.
Or, but I'm sure she came back from
Oh,
Austria.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Where's he practicing it at the spot?
The bars already.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at something.
Did he just take the class and he's doing his, cause he scheduled me for something in September.
Yeah.
Oshiatsu practice.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like wait
he
for those.
just he wants to practice doing it.
Just
So
like
he was
she's doing her
offering it. So
coaching.
just getting more feedback than just feeling the bodies, because clients won't tell you the
Okay.
feedback that the therapist should be.
Fine, so
Yeah.
so just follow her, so the whole trick is you're following her and you're supporting her.
And he has me
Start from there.
Saturday.
So you know, so
Next
whatever
Saturday?
You do, you can
Nice.
leave, but when you leave, you're still supporting her. You're still,
Have you had
still feel
Ashi?
like that's still one
Brandon
person in
was
two places,
practicing with
right?
me when
So,
he was
sometimes I'm coming up and I'll find something here, and so she'll go up and I'll come back here and do this work here, but I should still kind of be thinking about the speed and depth that she's going to apply, so.
in our spa.
The difference between like Asian forehanded and ours is that we don't say synchronized the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should use this.
Yeah, me each your belt. She's my belt.
Yeah, I'm still good for being a bad boy though.
She should just get another belt. It doesn't be so big.
I'm gonna go right ahead. What's that? Yeah, they got my fat? Stop it.
Oh, it's the same.
So in my mind, what makes this all work is just this slow, deep, consistent, heavy flow. I usually win my battle on the first round down the back. Right here, 3 minutes. When I get down at that, they're pretty much sort of like, okay, I get it. Their breathing goes shallow, they lose an inch off their chest, their dimensions there, they're just like, relax. And before I do any of those big tricks. So we went down to Georgia and took a couple people for the coaching event. So Marissa came down, Jody came down, and they were doing their competition. It was like big trick, big trick, big trick, big trick. Such as all, and I'm like, God, is that what I taught? Because like there was nothing in the middle. It was like flip, flop, flip. So those things, all those pullovers are great, but they're set up by getting the client relaxed enough
Yeah,
to
for
follow you anywhere. So
For
this
sure.
is more important than any of those tricks that I come up with. Right, just being heavy, dropping, checking out your client's breathing rate, coming back, interesting touch.
Thank you.
I'm doing great. So nice. I'd say both of your pressures about 4.
You're doing a good job. You
I
sound
mean,
drunk.
it feels great,
Mhm.
but don't be afraid to challenge.
They didn't scream at you though.
Yeah.
He did.
You know, that's the thing.
Well, it was that calf that
But-
didn't even feel that bad. Okay, let's that's enough, that's enough. No.
That's, we know when you talk, it's more of a yelp that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon said something, so you know you're doing good if you can't understand it. He said something.
It sounded like liquid coming out.
Short one then.
That's okay.
Yeah, now it's getting cold.
I know, I'm turning the remote off now and we'll just go back and forth.
I'm just putting 72.
Well, the problem is that you have the heat or the cold mode, right? So if you just
Well,
go
so I have
auto
the
and
first
72
shoulder, and then
seconds,
my other one's the second shoulder.
It is auto 72 there.
Yeah.
I can't remember that.
Yeah, now that it's cold, hopefully it just stays.
All right, who's
My
leading this
universe, we
fall?
don't
You
have a
leading?
left
You
and a
leading
right.
tonight?
I am.
Good job. Execution.
First shoulder, second shoulder, third shoulder.
So just as a thought, so right now you've got this pretty north-south or east-west stance and you're going north-south. And so for me, when I'm gonna flow longer, I'm probably gonna get more of this going, so
That's
my back is lined up
really
straighter,
nice.
so I can flow easier. When I come to the glute, I wanna come across heavier, and I turn in and I really push my weight in, and then I start to flow. And that way it's easier on your back.
Yeah.
Are we gonna switch partners? Like table?
I was thinking about that.
Nice, that was perfect right
I was
there.
thinking about that, but
Let's go
Oh.
up
have me
in
in
the
here,
nine,
or something like that.
nine,
Oh,
on the
yeah,
left,
yeah.
down.
but now
That'd be
that-
cool.
Came back
She's
out.
just taller.
Came
so
back out, but
now-
it's still.
Well, that's the
on
other
edge of
thing.
the-
If
of the
I'm
ramp.
working with someone
That
with a
was my
super
first
height,
job.
I would have to figure it out.
But
So I want
the
that
lead-
little challenge.
So what'll happen is that the lead will, so like I work on a short table, so if you're, so that's what I do as a lead, is I make sure that it's easiest for you to do, right?
Uh-huh.
So, but when you are ready,
I'm gonna wash my hands real quick.
okay.
I'll be back, baby. Plus, I never worked on drone.
Okay, so, two different intentions, okay? This tension is that this is a really deep massage. Really deep going up, okay? So our tension is really deep, and just really deep. So nice breath.